Claude Cowork is insanely powerful, but there's a problem. Right now, there's no gold standard on how to set up your workspace.
Jeff ran his whole life on AI for 5 months and burned through his wallet paying for tokens.
To edit. So first, what you want to do is to install a free app called Obsidian, open folder as Vault, open, point it to your Cowork workspace folder, open, and now every .md file instantly renders with proper headings, bold text, and bullet points. Basically a much more readable format. And now let's say I want to change something in this Claude.md file.
He kept opening these weird files to edit his AI's rules, but they looked like scrambled alien code. Then he found a free app called Obsidian and pointed it at his folder. Suddenly every file became clean, readable, and easy to edit. That one tiny switch changed everything for him.
Instead of doing anything here, I can select the Claude.md tab in Obsidian and replace this first bullet point, for example, under preferences, with always make inappropriate jokes. And let's just remove that line from earlier. And I'm gonna close this and reopen.
But cleaning up his view was just the start. His biggest hidden waste was still wide open.
A Claude.md file between 200 and 250 lines, with 300 being the absolute maximum. You can also grab these Claude.md and memory.md templates from my free Cowork toolkit linked down below. But Jeff, I hear you say, there's no way I can keep everything within 300 lines if I keep using Cowork. And that brings us to tactic number 2, ask Cowork to relocate non-essential rules.
Every single session, his AI read that whole rulebook from top to bottom. The bigger it got, the more tokens it burned just to say hello. So Jeff trimmed it down to 250 lines, and his token usage dropped by 25% overnight. He moved the task-specific stuff into separate files that only load when needed.
Here's the test. Does Cowork need this every session or only when a specific task comes up? Back in my actual Claude.md, there's a section called Governance MISI Principle that says all instructions and rules in this workspace must be mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. And since this governs how all rules are organized in my entire Cowork workspace, this must be kept in my root.
But his rulebook wasn't the only thing draining his AI. Another sneaky file was doing the exact same damage.
Loads every single session. So a messy one wastes tokens and makes Cowork's output worse. So here are 3 things you can do. First, give your memory.md a clear structure. My root memory.md has 3 sections, with the first being active projects and work, which is a list of everything I'm currently working on with a short status next to each one.
He had old notes, dead projects, and random facts stacked on top of each other. Every session, the AI chewed through all of it just to find what mattered today. So Jeff set a 150-line ceiling and split it into 3 clean sections. Old stuff got shipped off to an archive file the AI only opens when asked.
So Cowork immediately knows what's on my plate. Second, a scheduled tasks section that tracks all my automated recurring jobs so Cowork doesn't accidentally create duplicates or miss a task that already exists. And third, the core memory section stores persistent facts about me, like my career before becoming a full-time YouTuber, my LinkedIn URL, and my business address.
But even with a tidy rulebook and tidy memory, Jeff was still missing one huge piece of the puzzle.
Lines, even after months of aggressive daily use. Next up, tip number 4, the project transplant. A lot of you asked about the relationship between Claude projects and Cowork, and long story short, you want to migrate all your Claude projects into Cowork because Cowork doesn't face the same limitations as Claude projects. For instance, I used to rely on this Claude project to write my weekly newsletter.
He couldn't edit them easily, couldn't fix their messy memory, and couldn't write back to his Google Docs. Then he found a simple migration prompt that moved everything into Cowork in one click. His old newsletter project became a real workstation with its own rulebook, memory, and resource folder. Everything got smarter overnight.
And within this project, we have project instructions over here, a project knowledge file, and auto-generated project memory. Compared to Cowork, there are quite a few problems here.
Before we continue, quick heads up. If you're watching this and thinking, I like the idea, but I want to see how this actually works in practice, I've linked a free training below. It breaks down the exact system and workflow we use, shows how it's already structured, and explains how people use it without having to figure everything out from scratch. If that sounds useful, the link's in the description. You can check it out anytime. Now back to the video.
For example, if I wanted to make improvements to the project instructions, I would have to manually click in and type out something or paste in something, right? Second, clicking into the project memory, we see it's an AI-generated paragraph. I can't really structure or edit directly.
But one final mix-up was still secretly slowing him down. And it's the same one most beginners make.
Example number 2. I have a workstation audit skill that checks for misplaced rules, bloat, and gaps within a specific workstation folder to keep my workstations optimized and lean. The output is a report with an executive summary up front, followed by specific findings and recommendations.
Some of his work needed his judgment, like writing a newsletter from scratch, but other tasks ran the exact same way every time, like crafting email subject lines. He learned to ask one simple question. Is this a place I work or a thing I do? Places became workstations. Repeatable things became skills.
So the test for when to create a workstation versus a skill is actually pretty simple. Is this a place I work or a thing I do? If it's an ongoing area of work with its own voice and accumulated context, that's a workstation. If it's a repeatable process you want done the same way every time, that's a skill.
And just like that, Jeff turned his AI from a chaotic, token-hungry mess into a smooth, focused setup that actually works for him. Whether you like this video or not, really hit the like button. You know why? Because I gave you the exact training for free that our paid members get. This video is going to be in the members area for the paid members, and you got it for free. So yes, don't you think I deserve a like? Go ahead, like it, share with your friends and family, subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. Make sure you switch on the notification bell button, and of course, ask your friends and family to subscribe and switch on the notification bell button. It's very important for us because we have a goal of getting 10,000 subscribers in next 3 months. And the only way we can do that is when you hit the subscribe button. Go ahead, do it. And for more money techniques, watch these videos and we will see you on the next one.